100 people have been killed in the last few days. As we mentioned earlier, the people of Pakistan are due to find out tomorrow whether they will be having an election anytime soon. The opposition parties want one, preferably next week. The party that Benazir Bhutto used to lead could almost certainly count on a big sympathy vote after her murder. But there are questions about just what sort of organization the Pakistan People's Party is, how democratic is a party where the membership has no say on the leadership. What sort of people are Bhutto's husband and son who now share control? Aisha Khan can help us answer these questions. She's a lawyer who's become a political commentator and joins us in our studio in London. So Aisha, can you tell us about what kind of organization is the Pakistan's People's Party? Because to this point, I think most people just knew it by its leader, Benazir Bhutto.
Well, it is the largest political party in Pakistan. It was formed in the late 60s, early 70s by Benazir Bhutto's father. At that time, he formed it on a socialist agenda and was essentially claimed to be the voice of the poor. And for that reason, he gained a lot of support in rural Pakistan. Later, when he came into power, he did not perhaps deliver completely on the economic agenda, but he did give the poor a voice, and that's what he's remembered for. And when he was assassinated, then Benazir took over as chairman of the party. But when she took over, there were 7 years between that time and the first election, because at that time Pakistan was under a dictatorship. So she had 7 years to galvanize the party and to channel the political energy into a movement. At that time called the Alliance for the Restoration of Democracy. Then when elections were held, when the dictator Zia-ul-Haq died, she did win a large sympathy vote, but she only came in with a simple majority. She did not sweep the elections. She moved away then from her father's socialist agenda, and in recent years she had become more of a face of a liberal Pakistan led by a woman. She recently had been speaking quite vocally against the terrorism problem in Pakistan. Now, unfortunately, in the aftermath of her tragic death, the party has been thrust into a leadership crisis. It did not have to be that way because, as I said, it's the largest party and it does have a number of members who are quite educated professionals, have a lot of respect among the people. But for some reason, those people have been sidelined in favor of more of a dynastic structure. She appointed her husband as her successor in her will, and her husband subsequently, realizing perhaps that he has several corruption charges against him. He's not a very well respected figure in Pakistan. Many call him the reason for her downfall. And so he's kind of stepped back, although everybody thinks that he's going to be the de facto chairman, but he's passed that on to his son, who's only 19. He is studying at Oxford, just started at Oxford, in fact, earlier this year. He's completely unaware of the political situation in Pakistan. He has spent most of his life in exile. He made a brief statement at his debut press conference, which was read out in English. Many suspect he does not even know the language of Pakistan fluently.
So then sorry, Aisha, so then the Bhutto's husband is a figure of controversy. Her son is not even old enough to hold seat in parliament in Pakistan. And if you say, as you say, the membership has been somewhat sidelined in this whole leadership process, how are they to mount a campaign whenever this election takes place?
Well, I think that's one reason that they're now pressing for an election as soon as possible. Because right now people are very angry with the government about, they were already angry, but her assassination just exacerbated the anger. And there's been anger in the streets of Pakistan. Everybody is in shock about her death. And so they're banking on a very large sympathy vote again. And one of the slogans that they are going to be using in this campaign is the slogan of revenge. I think that may well win them one election if the election is very soon. However, it's not going to serve the party well in years to come. The party, if they do not understand that the people expect, I think this a key point here is that the people's expectations have also changed. In the past, although Pakistan had a dynastic sense of politics, today the people are talking about civil liberties. They've been angered by this government because of its clampdown on the media and the judiciary. They expect more. They expect internal democracy from the parties as well. And if the PPP continues to miscalculate and misjudge that, they will face perhaps disintegration or lose support amongst the people.
Well, we await to see what the Electoral Commission decides in terms of when that vote will happen. Aisha Khan, as always, appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.